Alright, in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to code having your window continue to auto roll up even when you open the door. Alright, so here's a scenario that's always bothered me. Turn my key off, I roll up my window, and I open the door. Oh crap, it stops rolling up. I go to roll it up, it will still allow me to manually roll it up, but I'm there busy holding the actual button just to get it done. I can roll it down automatically. This is just a safety feature that they built in. Won't auto roll up until it senses that the door's closed. Open the door. So a lot of times I'm just sitting there holding the button. Seems like a trivial issue, but at the end of the day it happens all the time. I've had this car for years and I found it quite annoying, so I want to try coding that out. So I'll show you guys how to do that now. I cover this in all my coding videos. If you're new to my channel, look in the description of this video for a thread that walks you through setting up IMPA and NCS Expert. That's the software suite we're going to be using to do this coding. You need a K plus DCAN USB cable, which you can get off Amazon or eBay. So first step would be connected to your OBD2 port on the car. Look for a light on there. I like to pass the cable through the window. Once you have the key in the run position and the cable connected to the car, you're going to load up INPA. Look for two black dots to show you have a successful connection to the car. You can exit out of here after that. We're going to load up NCS Expert tool. We're going to click File, Load Profile. And if you follow the thread that I'm going to link in the description of this video, you'll have the same options here. You can either select Expert Man or RevTours. You should have this. We're going to hit F1, F3, choose your chassis. When you're working on an E90 or E92, you select E89. That's the closest available chassis. Now we have to pull the vehicle information from one of the modules. You can use any one of these three. This is the car access system, so we'll use that. Doesn't make a difference. Now it grabbed all the module information and your VIN. We're going to click back. And now here's all the options we have. We only want to work on one, which is right here, the NFRM. So to narrow in on one particular ECU, you select Process ECU and go down until you find the one you want to work on, in this case NFRM. Hit OK, hit OK. Now our job name is SG Codiran, meaning it's ready to write. We don't want to write at this point, we want to read. So we're going to click Read ECU. That should change our job name to Lesson. And it will pop up a trace file showing you that it downloaded successfully off the car. Takes a minute or so. So there's our trace file. This is our hexadecimal trace file. You can just close that. See the job name change to Codir Dayton Lesson. Lesson means read in German. Now you're going to want to go to Windows Explorer here. Go to your Drive C. Go to your NCS Expert right here directory. Double click it. Go to your work directory. And we're going to notice two files. There's a trace file that was just generated, and there's an FSW_PSW trace file. I'm going to show you two ways to do this. I already have custom data written to my NFRM module, including changing the brightness of my angel eyes, etc. So I can't do this first method, but this is just to show you if you don't have any custom data written to your NFRM and all you're aiming to do is change just one setting, then you can do this way. So I'll show you this first. So option one would be open up your FSW_PSW trace file. Okay, and we're going to search for this value. Hit Control F and type in TUERAUF_stop _MAUT right here. So this should be active. As you can see, it's active. That's the safety stop when the door is opened. So what we're going to do is change it to niche active, NICHT underscore active. As you can see, all these are active, but I changed it to niche. You gotta watch out for your spacing. NICHT underscore AKTIV is what we want. Now you're gonna save this as an FSW underscore PSW.man file for manipulated. If you've already done some coding, you may already have that file waiting there. If not, you may have a blank file there. Either way, don't worry. When you save this, you can overwrite it. So now that's our manipulated file ready to go. If you're worried about screwing something up, you can always take this trace file and save it in a backup directory so that you have a good reference file to go back to in case something goes wrong. Now we're going to go back to NCS Expert and we're going to click Basic Functions and we're going to click COAPI read SG get FSW PSW. If we click that, it's going to load up that manipulated file and it's going to be ready to push it to the ECU. It should say basic function perfect ended. In other words, it went through the file, saw no problems, and would be ready to write that. If you look at some of my other videos that I've done this way, you should get an idea. You could watch a couple different videos to see how I've done this, but one of them would be for having my instrument cluster backlighting on all the time. That's a good one, just to show the standard way of doing it. I have quite a few videos on my channel showing you this way. But anyway, if you take COAPI read get SG get, that just basically loads that. So that's the one right here. I'm not doing that, but if I clicked OK, it would be queued up. I'm in read mode. I would change my job to SG Codirin. And then once I clicked execute job, it would push that file to the ECU and you'd be good to go from there. I can't do that because of the fact that I have custom coding on my NFRM module. So I'm going to show you the other way to do it when you have custom hexadecimal data written. But that just shows you the first way. Okay. Now what we're going to do is load up NCS dummy. You can download that off Google. It's easy to find. NCS dummy. Let that yellow bar pass through until it stops so that it doesn't crash. Now we're going to have to see which module we're working with. And here you can see FRM2 E89.co9. So that's what I want to look for here. FRM2 E89.co9. Now I want to browse for a file. So we'll just use my trace file here. So all the custom stuff I've done will be retained and I can make this one change without screwing anything up. So maybe a lot of you guys have followed some of my other videos and you want to know about how to push a new change to your module without losing your custom coding, like the custom coding I have for my angel light brightness. Then you use this method. So we'll search for that now. TUERAUF underscore stop. So there it is. It's active, enabled. I don't want it to be enabled. I want not active to be enabled. So now I'm going to export my Nettodat file. I can use the software to do so as a Nettodat.man file. And it put it right there for me. See the time matches here? So we're good to go there. So, as you saw, we made that manipulated file with NCS dummy with our custom change. Now what we want to do is go into basic functions, COAPI code by Nettodat. We're telling it to write based on the file in that directory, so we have to type it in nettodat.man. We'll just confirm that that's the right nettodat.man. Hit OK. Now it's pulling that file, grabbing it off the ECU, off the actual hard drive, and pushing it to the car. all in one shot. Basic function, perfect, ended. And you can hear my car kind of resetting now. So let's disconnect this cable and see how we did. So I always like to disconnect the cable, go key off, key on, I'm gonna go key off, roll the window up, open the door. As you can see, it's still going. Window down. So up, open the door, still works. So that's how you actually make it so that you can roll your window up without holding the button down, which can be quite annoying. So here's my scenario. I have comfort access, okay? So I gave it some thought, and I thought about the fact that this may not work for everybody as seamlessly as it will for me because I have comfort access, but I still want to put this video up there, and I'm also going to investigate as to if there's a way to make this work if you have to actually insert your key into the ignition, because normally when you turn your ignition off and then push this in to pop it out, which I've actually, funny enough, never done since I've owned this car, just because I have comfort access, so I'd have to actually think about this. But if I do that, that'll kill your complete kill everything. So therefore this feature, the safety feature, gets overridden. I'll demonstrate it. So car's running, you get to where you're going, you press the ignition once, you know, you stay as if you're in the key in the position 1 with comfort access when you first shut off your car. So if I go to roll my window up, I can open the door now and I'm all good. It works for me. And the way I do things is I just press here, folds my mirrors and everything. I have custom coding for the timing of that. That's another video on my channel. And it kills the iDrive and shuts the car right off. So for me, it's perfect. I get in the car. Here, I can go key on and key off. Roll the window down, I'm all good, right? It works beautifully, just like I wanted. But for someone that has to pop their key out of the ignition, actually I'll just demonstrate it. I'll pull the silicone boot off of my key here and try it. This is gonna be a first. Give me one sec. So I realize that most of you guys have to go like this, right? And it turns on your ignition. So, and then you start your car that way. Now, if I were to roll the window up with the car running, it still allows the window to go up with the door open. Great, right? That's what this video was about. If I shut the car off, one click, you can't get the key out until you push it in. It kills the actual iDrive. And if you roll your window down and then roll it up, it's back to the way it normally is, which isn't that convenient, right? So this will work well if the car keys in the run position, but it doesn't work so well when you have when you don't have comfort access. So there must be a setting for that. That will be a follow-up video. I will investigate this as to a good way around that. For me, I can just mindlessly think about it. I'm going to keep the key in my pocket. You know, you get to where you're going. You left your window open a bit, press it once, go like that, you're all good, it's all natural. And the way you turn off the screen is with pressing this, fold your mirrors, kill the screen. I'm done, I got what I wanted, but I realize that this doesn't apply to everybody. So expect a follow-up video from me, looking into how to have this be seamless if you have, if you don't have comfort access. But anyway, I'm sure this will be useful to some, and look out for a follow-up video. So thanks for watching and good luck. Wow.